Yeah. So I want to just drop a little something for the ladies, and the men too, because this goes to everybody. But I want to address the women because, I don't know, I think women do it more often. But I was already in conversation about this at work. And I thought it'd be really good to share. Like, one conversation went to another, so I won't go on how we got to that conversation. But we were basically talking about like if, like, for those of us who have relationships that didn't work out, especially if there's kids involved, there's kids there, like, or just in general where people, the relationship didn't work out anymore, so then, one or both parties thinks it's okay to just drag the other person's name through the mud, or just plain out talk crap about them or something. That is so immature. Really, I mean, dog shit immature. And I'm not with the shits, man. I'm not. So, for example, and there's plenty of examples I could give for this. I'm pretty sure you can all think of one right now. You probably know somebody who did it, or maybe you did. I don't know. Because a lot of people do this. They break up, and it's all of a sudden like you forgot the good of this person, and now they're a piece of shit, and you defamate their character to people when you talk about them and shit like that. If there's kids involved, you either tell the kids that the other parent's a piece of shit or whatever. You talk shit about them to your kid, which is terrible. Or maybe not to the kid, but to other people. Unhealed really does not look good on you. Don't do that shit. Like, stop talking shit about your exes, bro. Because at one point, you chose that motherfucker. At one point, that motherfucker reflected you. Because that's why you guys gravitated towards each other. There's something in you that reflected them. There's something in them that reflected you. You guys were in the same vibrational alignment. That's how y'all got together in the first place. Like, why are you talking shit? Like, why talk shit? I've never understood that, bro. Why talk shit? Now all of a sudden this person is the biggest piece of shit in the world, but like 6 months ago when y'all were together, it was fine. You were able to deal with whatever. Like, people really got to stop doing that shit. All right? Looks bad. All right? It's just totally fucking bad. All right? Like, especially, I mean, don't do it at all, but especially if you guys have children or a kid, whatever. Like, don't do that shit. Don't fucking don't do that, especially to the kid. Now you're crossing lines. Like, you could say what you want. The kid is yours. You can do whatever you want. You're the parent. Okay. Yeah, hide behind that and stroke your ego while you leave your soul on the table. Sure. All right. You could say that. Yeah, sure. Say that excuse to be a piece of shit person and talk about the other parent of your kid. But it's worse to do it towards your kid, because that shit ain't got nothing to do with the fucking kid. The kid should never hold whatever grudges that your bitter ass is holding because of whatever the fuck happened. Oh, so what should we do? We should praise them? No, just take accountability and accept the reality. Take accountability for your part in the demise of the relationship, because you did have a part. I don't give a fuck what you think. You, especially women on this, because they like to blame. You are 50% of that demise. I don't give a fuck what you think. You are 50% of that demise one way or another. Even if the guy did a whole lot wrong. The first time that he fucked up and you did not address it to where it's a requirement that this does not happen again, baby, whatever happens from there is on you, because the way that you set that tone says a lot about what you think you're worth and where your healing work is at, where you're at with your healing at that time. And the consequences are what they are, and just accept it, man. Put your big fucking panties on, big girl panties on, and just accept the consequences and take accountability for how you allowed things to happen the way they did. You allowed it. Just accept it. But you did anything else beyond that as well, you should take accountability for that as well. Just like the guy should take accountability for his shit and not all of a sudden trash her and call her a bitch and all this shit. Like, no. Stop being children. Grow the fuck up. Be an adult. Take accountability for your motherfucking part in the demise of that relationship. Learn your lesson. Heal, transcend it, and then move on as a better person so that the next partner can be a higher quality partner. And you can get closer and closer to your authenticity. Don't be a little bitch about it. Don't. Actually grow. Like, stop talking shit about people just so you can excuse yourself from the accountability that you should be picking up for yourself. Just so you can feel better about you being part of the demise of the relationship, but you trying to run from that truth just to make yourself feel better in the moment so you can stroke your ego. It's so fucking stupid. Like, really, like, grow up. Like, go, like, heal. Like, oh, fuck. Like, don't talk shit about people that you once loved. Like, that's low. And this is why they say when you, this is why they say, like, when you're dating somebody in the dating phase, when you ask about the ex, see how they respond. That'll tell you everything about where they're at with that. If this is a person that takes accountability, or if this is somebody who would also not take accountability with you and trash you too, if they didn't get their way. So, or if things don't turn out the way they think they should turn out. Like, it'll tell you, man. It'll tell you. Like, ask. For any of you dating out there, ask. Ask about the ex. And I get that there are people who really genuinely choose to be evil. I've heard some really fucked up stories too. All right. Like, genuinely evil. Like, someone like a narcissist got with a regular person or an empath. Someone who's not a narc. And then a narcissist abused the shit out of their partner. All right. I understand that. Okay. And so that, depending on the variables, but even then, if you stayed around and dealt with that for X amount of time and they felt like you had them feel like it's okay and that you're going to accept the abuse, then you should take accountability for that part and forgive yourself for ever allowing that to continue. Therefore, it's almost like you abandon yourself and you allowed hurt to, you allowed the partner and what they expect to be a bigger priority than your own self-love and self-worth. And then forgive yourself for that and move on. And that person go their way, you go yours. Any other situation where there's no narc involved, but there was hurt or whatever the fuck, whatever happens that leads to the demise, take accountability for your part. There's always accountability to be taken. Always. I don't care what happened. There's always accountability to be taken. Even if it's you having to hold yourself accountable for allowing things to happen, for putting your self-worth to the side and abandoning your own needs just to fulfill theirs. That's your fault. That's not something you can turn around and tell somebody that they're a piece of shit for. No, you were a piece of shit to yourself. And then forgive yourself. After really feeling that, allow yourself to feel it, and take the lesson from it, then grow, heal and grow from it. And just own it, bro. And forgive yourself. Every time something doesn't turn out the way you thought, doesn't make automatically the other person a piece of shit, bro. You're part of why it went the way it went. Your vibration aligned with what was happening that brought those consequences. Whether you like it or not, whether you know it or not. Like, there's no way in hell. Like, the father of my daughter, we have not been together for a long time. And it's nowhere in the future for me to return. Nowhere. But I'm not in my presence allowing someone to talk bad about him and defame his character and try to put him down with that bullshit. Absolutely not. Get the fuck on. Do not, no, not in my presence. No. And anytime I was asked about my other exes that I don't have any kids with, what have I always fucking said? These people are good people. I was part of the reason why those relationships didn't work. Because I was. Duh. What the fuck? It's not like I was this perfect woman and they just screwed it. No. Listen, ladies, drop that fucking fuckery bullshit. Drop it, man. Get rid of it, man. Get rid of that mentality that's like, oh yeah, girl. And get rid of any friends you got that tell you this too, because they're not friends. They're fake as fuck. Any woman that you go to, that you talk to, that starts off with the whole like, oh, but fuck him, you could do that. That's not a friend. That whole circle of fake ass bitches that coddle you when you are part of the demise of your relationship, but yet they don't want to say it because they rather say what they think you want to hear, which is, oh girl, you're better than that. You didn't do anything wrong. He did this. He's a piece of shit. Watch, he's going to see what he lost. Listen, those are fake bitches. Run. They're not out for your greatest good. They are not out for your best intentions. They're just out to have you hear what they think you want to hear, so they continue being your friend for however it benefits them. Dude, that's not your friend. Those are not friends. Those are liars. They're liars. They're toxic women that are going to keep you in this cycle by having you, like, what is it called? Like, not deflate, but the opposite. Gas you up, I guess is the term. They're going to gas you up and tell you that you didn't do anything wrong and all this shit. So now you don't even know what lessons you could have gotten from the pain of owning up to your shit to be able to become a more elevated version of yourself so that you can, heal, find more of your authenticity, and then find the person that's truly for you. Those bitches are not it, bro. Those bitches are not it. They're not it. No. They don't give a fuck about you. And I've seen women like this, like huddle together and do all that. Those are not friends. Those are ego strokers, which is really bad because then it keeps you in toxic cycles, bro. Watch who you have around you and stop talking shit about your exes because you were on the same vibration as them. That's how y'all fucking met and ended up together. Stop talking shit about people. Own your shit. Be accountable. Be responsible. And just stop with the overall fuckery, bro, because it's keeping you from growth. It's keeping you from your utmost authenticity. It's keeping you from your highest self. It's keeping you from your ultimate divine feminine. And men, don't do that shit either, bro. Don't turn around and just call her a bitch. Especially when they're hollering at women and the woman is like, no thanks. And then they turn around and say, well, you're a bitch anyways. Well, if she was a bitch, why did you try to holler? Stop all this nonsense, all this immature, stupid fucking nonsense that people do to stroke their egos so they don't have to feel the pain of their wounds, that they're too busy ignoring and not feeling and healing and growing from. Face your shit. Own your shit. Because baby, growth is beautiful.